Here we're being asked to apply function notation and essentially just algebra with functions. So we have our outside function g and our inside function f. So what that's going to look like here is we're going to start with our g function. So we have square root. Wherever there's an x, I'm going to embed an f function. So where that x is, I'm going to embed the f of x function, which is 2x plus 1. So there's my composite function. That 2x plus 1 is embedded inside the x of the outside function g. In B, we're first starting out with the outside function as f, so I'm going to start with my 2x plus 1. But wherever there's an x, I'm going to embed a g. So I'm going to embed that g function, which is square root. Now, the g function itself has a embedded function and a plus 1 on the outside. So this is, I'm going to have to give myself a little bit more space here. Okay, so there's going to be a lot that's going to be embedded in there. Okay, so in that g, I'm going to be putting in 2x minus 1, but I also have to have that plus 1 here. So I'm just going to highlight that. That plus 1 is inside the f, but outside the g. And then this little bit here, which I'll highlight, the 2x, is embedded inside the g itself. So there's another 2x that's going to be embedded in there. So there's my function notation. I've just done the algebraic replacements. I'm just going to simplify this. So this becomes 2 root 2x minus 1. That becomes plus 2 plus 1. So I end up with plus 3 when I simplify that. For C, we're going to start with the outside function g and embed the f function. So I'm going to start with square root of x minus 1. That's on the outside. I have a squared on the outside. And notice right away that the square and square root will undo each other. Before we do that, I'm going to embed that 2x plus 1 inside the g function. And now I can simplify this. This plus 1 and minus 1 are going to cancel out. The square and square root cancel out. So I just end up with 2x as my final simplified value. So there is an outside and inside of the f and g functions. So here I have 2x plus 1 by itself, plus the g function is going to be squared. So I've got my x minus 1 squared. Again, the square and square root cancel out, so I can simplify this out. I end up with 3x plus 1 minus 1, so that just leaves me with 3x.